Iron Harris for Canadian Jewish Archives. Interview with Mr. Irving Shiller, Thursday, May 25th, 1989. They thought of the separation.
They say, Mr. Shiller, what is the reason that you're giving up? And sometimes by the jokes, I'm going to Toronto. As soon as I mention you, you're going to Toronto, is it because you don't like the policies of Quebec? I says, could be. There's good reason for that.
What was the reaction?
The reaction was, don't be scared. Those things will all come to an end. I said, because we had a stone thrown in our window because we had a sign and there was one English word. And that really upset us an awful lot.
What year was that?
It was 1988.
Really?
As recent as the last year. They threw a stone in our window because we had two words marked on wholesale and retail on one side and go in detail on the other side. On the side where the English was marked, they threw a stone right through the window, which upset us an awful lot because we had to get out in the middle of the night and call the alarm people to replace the window. We were very much upset about that. This had a lot to do with our giving up because we felt that things are not the same as they used to be. That people they wouldn't come in and talk English to us. They would only talk French. Even the people that we knew very, very well, we saw a change in their attitude. Not that they were anti-Semites.
No.
Because they were more nationalistic.
Right.
They wanted to be spoken in their own, which we don't mind because my English and French are equally as good one way or the other. So I don't mind if I talk English to them or I talk French, especially if they are of French origin. There's no reason why I wouldn't want to talk their own language, and I spoke with them always in a very, very friendly manner. And people were very much, this is an institution. After all, you've been here. We can't be used to seeing your store being demolished or being changed hands or something like that. We were always used to come in here and find you here, which we felt very, very bad of giving up. I had very mixed emotions on giving up a business after 60 years.
How did you learn your French?
From the street, because I'll tell you, in the East End, when I'm most of the time...
You're familiar with Dr. Victor Goldblum? Have you heard of him?
Sure.
He claims to have learned it on the street as well, but I'm sure yours is a real story.
My story is because on the East End of the town, when we had our store on St. Catherine East, most of my French I learned was from fellows who were my age or a little younger or older, and we used to play together, and we used to go out together. And this really, I attribute my French. And even if I have to say so myself, that many times I use certain expressions which very few Jews use in French. They only know the thing that they learn through business. I speak a little above business. I can speak socially. I many times speak with people that are in the academic world, lawyers and business people and notaries. And many times when I speak to them, they find it very strange for a Jew to be able to speak as well as I do. And I find very comfortable in my French.
You must have had a very posh street to learn your French on, if you can speak a higher French.
Because I attribute that to my ears. I find somebody that has a good hearing don't miss anything that they hear. When you hear something, it registers in your mind. The hearing part, I attribute a lot to a language. Because if you hear well, you retain what you hear.
What was the special treatment that I know and I understand you gave every single one of your customers?
The treatment was gentleness and being in the same level with them, not to high-hat them, to be with them on the same level. And the French people are very nice people. I've always found if you treat them well, they become very, very friendly and become very close. In fact, whenever I go in for lunch and I see people of French origin will come over and sit down near the table and have a cup of coffee together. And I like that very, very much because it shows friendliness. It shows closeness with the Jewish. I mean, they know I'm Jewish, but they feel that we're in the same footing, we're in the same level. And I always talk to them on the same level. I never try to hi-hat them, even if they were a janitor. I always treated them as equals. And by treating them equal, they always felt very, very highly honored that you speak to them, and you converse with them, and you be with them all the time. And whenever I go outside, I never lower my head, because anyone I can meet them face to face, eye to eye, because I love each and every one that I meet. In the area, mind you, it's not the nicest area in Montreal, but whenever I go outside, even the people of the lower standards, you come over, bonjour, Monsieur Shiller, comment allez-vous? They'll always say, oh, how are you? And everything like, I come to your store, and they'll always mention I come to your store to make them feel that they're clients of ours, they're customers of ours, which I appreciate very, very much.